This particular specimen of Kimberella is the final resting place of the organism. We see it has a very distinct ovoid shape, and the rim is quite sharp, and then there's some frills inside the rim. And that's made us think that this could be some kind of an ediacaran sea slug or a mollusk. A mollusk breathes by taking in water through some flaps around the margin of the creature, and it's got a muscular foot. So if that's the case, then we should be looking for evidence that Kimberella could move on the seafloor. And given that this is a sandy bottom covered perhaps with all sorts of organic material, it's not going to be easy to see a trail left as a mucus trail, because that's just not going to preserve. However, if this animal had a muscular foot and it was sitting in one place and taking a grip on the mat, on the microbial mat on the seafloor, then perhaps if it sat there long enough it might leave an imprint, and that's what we think this is. Here we have the same ovoid shape and some very deep structure in the center, about where we often see this projecting organ that comes out of the front end or the anterior end of the animal. And when we turn it, we can actually see that there are very faint traces of the ornamentation that we see in the impression of the dead animal. This is not the animal, this is its resting trace. But what's important here is that we can see what it was doing before it departed the scene. And it was not just sitting in one place, because there is another set of scratch marks there, and another set here, another set here, set there. So we could assume that this thing maybe started over in this position, moved around as it was grazing the sea floor. That's important because it demonstrates at least one of these ediacaran animals was able to not only move around, but we get a clue to how it was living. It was living by excavating the organic material that was lying around on the sea floor.